Well, you're up early.
Well, thought we'd get things going in the cool of the morning, get that water line.
All right, let's go figure it out. Last night, Mr. Wayne observed Katie and I hauling water and filling our RV with the water. And he came over, he goes, we're gonna put a stop to this. First thing tomorrow morning, Monday, we're gonna fix this. So we're gonna make a plan right now on how to bring water to the RV. All right, so we're gonna go from where my filter is down to here. That's quite the length.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be cheap. Yikes.
Well, it's those 20-foot lengths are $7.15 a piece.
Okay, that's not too bad.
It takes 5 of them to make 100 feet, which is $35. And so if it's 300 feet, we're at $90. I mean, it's not too bad.
Yeah, he's done his math, guys.
Yeah.
He's already thought this through. We need a little more than 300 feet. So we are on the way to the hardware store to pick up the PVC piping and connectors. Let's go. Turns out that the Lowe's did not have the PVC pipe that they said they did online. So we're gonna order it and have it shipped to us. They should arrive tomorrow. So we'll find a different project for today. Kinsley, did you find your ball? Oh, she found her ball. Oh, she's so happy right now. Go get her, get Kinsley. Get her, get Kinsley. Since it is now the hot part of the day, there's not much we're gonna be doing outside. So I'm gonna run to another Lowe's, which is about 30 minutes away. I called and they confirmed they have the PVC piping that we're looking for. So I'll go get that, a couple other small errands while I'm in town. And then when I get back, Mr. Wayne and I will work on the project that we originally wanted to work on this morning, which is getting water to the trailer. So I'll be back shortly. Ish. We purchased the PVC piping, as you can see here, ended up sticking it through the rear window and the passenger side window. Kinsley, however, is not having it. This really stresses her out. She doesn't like it one bit. Last time we traveled with PVC piping in my car, she jumped out the window. So this time I'm gonna make sure the window's closed and she's safe and sound for our 30-minute travel back home. Okay, he's gonna turn on the water. We're gonna test this and let it clean out the lines a little bit. And then I'll hook up the hose and the filter to the RV and we'll test it again. All right, now I'm gonna hook it up to the filter, have it run through the filter. Turn it off. Since this is temporary, we don't want to glue these PVC pipes in place, but we may have to. All right, I have the water hooked up to the RV. He just turned the water on, and it sounds like we're filling the tank. Turn it off. Yeah, we just popped this connection again. It's just too much pressure, so we're gonna have to glue some of these. We decided to change it up a little bit. We decided to fill the freshwater tank through the vent hole like I've been doing with the 5-gallon buckets. Now I'm able to fully fill the 60-gallon freshwater tank. Once we move into the permanent RV spot, then we'll hook it up the correct way. Our task for the evening is to plant some elderberries. While Mr. Wayne takes care of his tomatoes, I'm gonna help him get those in the ground. So I'm gonna go mark a straight line and then start digging the holes in the ground. Last night I was able to get all of the holes dug for the elderberry plants, and this morning decided to get an early start to plant the elderberries now. Mr. Wayne says that elderberries like a pH between 5.5 and 6.5, and so he said sprinkle some lime and also just go ahead and do the 10-10-10 fertilizer for them, in addition to putting in compost. I'm doing a bed of compost mixed with some of the dirt that I dug up as the base layer, and then I'm going to try to weed these root balls before they go in. There's no need for the weeds to go in with them. Yeah, what I ended up doing was, before I transplanted the elderberries, I would give them the liquid fertilizer in their pot so it could soak it up, and then some water in their pot so it could soak it up and be a nice wet root ball, and then put it in the ground and then water it, and has a lot of nutrients. They're going to do well.
Sounds good.
Yep, I'm excited for that elderberry wine.
Yeah, that's one of the more important things that'll be on the farm. We can get other things starting to grow, you know, like the rest of the watermelons, cucumbers.
Okay.
Possibly the corn.
Let's get the corn in. That'd be great.
Yeah, we're about on the limit.
Yeah.
Because the wind from the north is a little strong today. It's trying to blow our vines in the wrong direction. I don't know what it's going to take, but maybe pinning this one down right here. The wind will probably change. It'll be about 2 days before it changes. It'll be blowing in this direction. But with this softened now because of watering, I can turn these around and not damage them.
And you want the vines to go the direction you're pinning them because of why?
Well, because you see right here, they can't go that way. And that's the way I maintain access for side dressing, and I clip everything that would try to go that way. All the watermelon, the field of watermelons is this way. And I just had pretty good success at doing it that way and using the black tarp up here, you know. The regular watermelon growers, they go in and they put down a weed killer, you know, and that's something I don't like fooling with. So, and I'm not a commercial. Although you could make some money, you know, you could grow enough, you could get 500 watermelons pretty easily out of my method here. You know, and what are they? Well, $5 a piece, it would be a bargain at the, because these are watermelons. These are good sized watermelons. I think people would go for them really quick. But see here what I did?
Yeah.
That's when I had those snippers, you know. I wanted instead of my accurate scissors.
Yeah.
I was after this.
Oh no.
This one, that's a sucker, and cut the top out.
Yeah.
So now, see that? I've got to cultivate another sucker. So that's probably the one that will come on and take the place of the lead to come on up. But what it does, it sets the...
Because this one's already heading this direction?
Well, this is a leaf. This is the leaf.
Oh.
Right here is the sucker.
Yeah.
It was between the leaf and the stalk.
Right.
And I went straight through the sucker and got the stalk.
And so this is you want this sucker to be cultivated into a leaf.
This sucker is the closest thing.
Yeah.
And it'll be the lead, not a leaf.
Lead. Got it.
Lead.
Okay.
It'll be You know, like the lead. Here's the lead. The lead is where your blossoms will be.
Oh.
See that? You can tell just above the last blossom that starts is the lead.
Oh, okay. Okay. Good. Thank you for the lesson.
So we'll be ready to call it a day.
Yeah. It's just another successful day.
Good night, all.
I'm pretty excited to see a little bit of progress on our garden. Looks like we're getting some cantaloupe. They're popping up. So we got a couple carrots coming up. Little Roma tomatoes, they're starting to come in. Basil plants, they're looking okay. It's not going to be huge, but it'll work. Kinsley decided that she wanted to lay in the bed as well. So she made her mark here. I don't know what area this was because Floyd took the little marker that indicates what we planted where. So, you know, it's the way it goes, I guess. Woke up again kind of early this morning to try to beat the heat. So I am pruning Mr. Wayne's tomatoes, cutting off the suckers, the bottom 2 branches, and I'll also be putting a couple posts for the peppers so we can start building a pepper trellis. It's pretty crazy how hot it gets so early in the morning here. It's probably 8:30 and it's already muggy and warm. I love the mornings here. You can just hear all of the wildlife and the birds, and there's not a lot of activity happening on the homestead or in the neighborhood. It's nice and peaceful. Okay, one more last thing to do before I go in and have some breakfast. All of the trimmings that we took off of the tomato plants, he doesn't want laying on the ground because if they have any disease or blight, he doesn't want that to spread. So I'm gonna clean this up. Come here, Kinsley. Come on, lay down. Right here. Good girl. Oh boy, okay. Okay. Let's get that paw fixed. Kinsley was eating her paw, so I'm gonna spray some Gen 1 spray on it to hopefully relieve any discomfort she has and keep it from getting infected. And I put a good amount in there. Let's see, yeah, both paws eaten, honey. Okay. Licky, licky, licky. No, don't lick that stuff. Oh boy, that's, Kinsley, stop licking. Floyd, Michael. Okay. You guys are so helpful with the licking. So helpful with the licking. This is a basic layout of Mr. Wayne's garden area and kind of operation center. This is where he spends most of his time. So I'm thinking about location for water. What I'm thinking is if we have a PVC line run underground and a spigot here, then this will still allow him to drive his tractor and his trucks in these areas. He won't drive the tractor where these posts are. So this would be a good location for it to not get damaged. And he could do the same thing down here. Have a water spigot down here where the asparagus is, because he's not going to run there with the tractor, but it still gives him driving room around. So I'm going to suggest to him that we dig a trench and run PVC line there, have it come up to a water spigot that can be turned on and off, and then cut down this direction down to the garden area over here where the asparagus is, with same thing with a water spigot coming up that you can turn off. This would allow him to have multiple purposes, be able to use these spigots for multiple purposes. You could put a long-range sprinkler in this area. He could make little drip irrigation lines that goes up and down that are placed based on what he's planted and removable. He could have a hose come over here and water. Actually, you could have a hose really come anywhere and water. Same with down here. So I'm going to see what he thinks about that. This would feed off of the house, off the well. Potentially, we could use this PVC line even underground and have up on the hill up here where the house is, have an IBC tote that is filled by some method from the pond, which is about over in this area over here, that could be filled maybe with a ram pump or something, and then gravity fed from the IBC tote up in this area down here for drip irrigation or other purposes. It wouldn't be as high pressure as it would be coming from the house, but it would still bring water down. We need to water the mulberries, and I've turned on the water up at the house. So it's coming down on our new PVC line. Right now we don't have it. We don't have them glued together, so we don't have really high pressure. But we're able to at least fill the RV with water when we need to, and I should be able to now water the mulberries with a hose. I'll talk to him about my design idea. In a little bit. Even though I had to go up the hill, run up the hill to reduce the water pressure 2 times to get it right, this is a small little victory, small little win. This feels really good, not having to haul 5-gallon buckets to water a plant, and we have water close to where our operation is. This is pretty cool. So I'm going to take this small little win and be happy with it. Last night, yesterday, he took the tractor with the discs and he plowed, and he did it in such a way where he plowed the first row, came back the opposite direction, made sure his tire was on one particular path, which should have then made a furrow, which it did. You can kind of see it here, but it doesn't think it's deep enough. Usually he makes the furrows with the tiller, the manual tiller. So I'm gonna get that in position, and he's gonna show me how he wants it done.
This would be the one.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking here.
Well, it doesn't look too bad.
It's not bad. Yeah, I think it's pretty.
It's just
it's
not
pretty straight.
Not as deep as the others you followed.
Yeah, but I can still follow it.
So you're gonna put a left wheel there, and
yep.
And it looks like stay with it right in the middle.
All right. Sounds good to me. Okay, well, here's Nate frustrated. This row, you can tell, looks pretty straight. Started off good. Next furrow, fairly straight, was okay. Third furrow, nice and straight. Those 3 look good. And then something went wrong, and I tried this one twice. Tried to straighten it up. I just messed it up 2 times. And then I completely messed this one up. So I'm frustrated. Yeah, frustrated. Okay, well, after taking the hoe and manually trying to straighten it out, they look better. They're not perfect. I know that I get a little hard on myself. I like things to be as perfect as they can be, so this really bothers me, but I think the corn will still grow. We got some Golden Queen corn seed, and we also got some Peaches and Cream corn seed. Katie and I are gonna help him plant. I think we're gonna do 4 rows of corn, so pretty excited.